All right. Well, welcome everyone. Thanks so much for jumping on. This is really exciting to do kind of a tri-team call tonight. We have Elisa's team and Becca's team and my team, and I am Kirsty Clark, for those of you who don't know me. And so tonight we're going to be talking about mastering the 3 vital behaviors and why they are important in your life and in your business. So Lisa is going to kick it off for us, talking about being a product of the product. So go ahead and go for it, Lisa.
Okay, hi guys. Like she said, my name's Lisa, and I'm going to be talking about being a product of the product. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I want you to ask yourself this question. If you're not doing it, why would anyone else do it? So think about that for a second. You should be drinking your Shakeology every day. That's should be part of your day. Should be drinking your Shakeology. You should be committing to your workouts every day. And I did write doing Beachbody workouts every day, but as a Beachbody coach, it doesn't mean you have to be doing Beachbody workouts every day. Really, we just promote living a healthy lifestyle. And maybe you like to hike. Maybe that's your thing. Or maybe you like to swim. Not everybody likes to do at-home workouts. For me, it works because I have 2 little kids and I just can't get to the gym anymore. But someone else might be a complete gym rat, and maybe that's what works for them, and that's fine. They can drink their Shakeology every day. Or maybe that's you. Maybe you're a gym rat, and you could just do Beachbody workouts on the days that you can't go to the gym. So really just about promoting a healthy lifestyle. And before I go to that screen, I do want to say that, stop share for a second. Okay, can you see me on the video right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so say that, completely outside of Beachbody, say that I'm wearing this headband, right? And I'm always talking about the headband. I'm telling you how awesome my headband is. It doesn't come off when I work out. It doesn't give me headaches. But you never actually see me wear this headband. You see my videos and you're like, she's never wearing headbands and I never see her wearing it. You're probably not going to buy this headband from me, right? But say that you see me, all my posts, I'm wearing these cute little headbands and I'm always talking about them and you always see me wearing them, then you're going to be more likely to buy the headband from me. So the same goes with Beachbody products. You got to be talking about it, because I have a lot of coaches, that are doing their workouts, they're drinking Shakeology, but they're not ever posting about it. And so how's anybody going to know? So you got to be sharing what you're doing, right? So here's just a couple examples of some of my posts. So make sure you're sharing your workout. So this one on the left is just a progress photo. So, and don't think that to be a good coach that you have to have a perfect body or anything like that. You want to be showing progress. That's why I'm showing progress, not perfection. As long as you're showing that you're making progress and that you're trying, that's what it's all about. You don't have to have some perfect body. So I'm always trying to post about my progress. And then this one on my right is I'm always doing workout videos. And I know some of you guys have seen them, but not always, but a lot of them I incorporate my kids into the videos. And that's because when I do my workouts, most of the time they're there, and that's just my life. It's crazy and their workouts aren't always perfect. So I like to show that, because really it's just about being open and honest, right? You kind of got to put yourself out there and just put your real life. You're not going to fake it. So I post what it's like. I have my little baby and he's crazy, and I did my whole workout with him crawling away every 5 seconds. And then you also want to be sharing your recipes as well. This one on the left is just a 21-day fix approved recipe that I shared. And I shared a recipe of my Shakeology. It's delicious Shakeology mug cake. If you haven't tried it, you should. It's amazing. But so I'm basically just sharing what I'm doing. And I also like to share my struggles as well. So yes, I do work out a lot and I enjoy working out, but I'm not always wanting to work out, right? So I'm just going to be honest and share on Facebook that sometimes I just don't feel like working out. So that's okay too. If you're struggling and you don't really know where to start, there's so many programs that you can do. look at the 3-day refresh. You can, if you don't know what to post about and you're like, I don't have any results, I don't have anything to share, you could do the 3-day refresh and have results in just 3 days. You can do a before and after. And same with the 21-day fix. 3 weeks and you'll have a before and after picture. But I do want to say also that don't just wait until, I talk to a lot of people that are like, well, I haven't really seen any changes. Don't let that stop you from sharing. You know, just pick a program, try to stick with it, and just start sharing it. You know, maybe you're not getting crazy results, but that's okay. You just want to keep sharing what you're doing. People are going to start to notice. They're going to notice that you're posting. They're going to notice that you seem happier. They're going to notice that you have more energy. And whenever they go and they're ready to make a commitment, they're going to think of you, right? And I also want to add to that too, though, which we'll get into more when we're talking about inviting. But just because you're sharing and posting all the time, don't expect people to come running to you and saying, oh my gosh, I want to buy 21-day fix from you. I always see you posting about it. Because that's usually not how it goes. We still have to reach out to people. But when we do reach out to them and they see, they'll say, okay, I've seen her post about this for a long time, and I've seen her results and I've seen her progress. So, okay, maybe I will give this a shot. It'll make it easier. You don't have to be that pushy salesperson. You know what I mean? You'll be more a product of the product. So that's what I got for you for that. And I think Rebecca's going to talk about the next vital behavior, which is inviting.
Awesome. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. Is everyone muted? Well, you can't answer me if you're muted. If you have any background noise, that you mute it.
First, you can mute everybody too, I think.
I'm
I'm working on that.
Okay. I'm very easily distracted. So, yeah. So I think, Kirsty, you're screen sharing for me, correct?
Yes. Okay. Can you all see that?
Yep.
Awesome.
And I think if you push, there should be a button that'll make it go, well, whatever. It's
all
fine.
the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So I like, a lot of times people say that all of these 3 vital behaviors are all the most important things as coaches, but I like to argue that inviting truly is like the make or break. Personal development is probably the most important, but you can go a little while without personal development, and then you're going to get hit in the face and realize you need it. But for inviting, you cannot go anywhere in this business. You cannot help anyone if you're not inviting. It's also perhaps the most scary vital behavior and the most commonly misconceived behavior. So I know that sometimes, I still battle to this day, daily in my power hour. I will still sometimes battle with the lie that, I'm nagging someone, or I have nothing to invite them to, or they don't want to be invited. I'll put that in my head that this person does not want to be invited, when in fact, I really don't know that. And it's simply not true. So tonight, I'm just going to quickly go over the basics of, who we're inviting, what we're inviting them to, where, when, how, kind of really get into the nitty-gritty of inviting. But before I do that, I just really wanted to talk about why it is even important. Like, why do we have to invite? And it certainly is not for Success Club points. It's not for money, and it's not for rank advancement. And I just wanted to share my personal struggle with that. Whenever I am inviting for the right reasons, I do so much better. And sometimes I do fall into I haven't hit Success Club, or I had a goal and I really wanted to hit a certain number, or I really do want to rank advance. Those are all great. It's totally fine to want those things and to push for them. But when I'm inviting for that purpose to push myself forward or for my own selfish goals, I don't do it well. I stall, and whether it's sensed by people, I don't know, but it's definitely something that we don't invite for those reasons. The reasons we invite is because we want to help people, and we won't help anyone if we don't invite. If you don't think of it this way, if you don't invite, you're keeping something amazing from someone. That's kind of how I have to look at it. I have to invite this person because I'm selfish if I don't invite them. Because we see the life-changing potential in coaching or in challenge groups, that culture, because we are inclusive. We're not just this snobby clique that only certain people can be a part of. We truly believe that every single person matters and that every single person can experience life change and help others. So we invite because people don't know. They don't, it feels like sometimes feels like I'm a broken record. I feel like, gosh, I just posted about this. People are going to be sick of me. But statistically, people have to be exposed to something 7 times before making a decision or diving in. And your followers, they don't always see all your posts. Sometimes they don't see any of them, just depending. If you're new, they might not be seeing them yet. And if you have new friends, because you're adding to your network every day, it's going to take them a while to really see that. So you have to be inviting because they simply don't know about the potential of this amazing culture and challenge group that we have and that we love. So ultimately, we invite because we are serving them. So you can go to the next slide, Kirsty. Okay, so I'm going to fly through these so we don't keep you up too late. But who are we inviting? Specifically, who are you inviting? And at first I want to say, everyone in the world, because everyone in the world needs health and fitness. They really do. That's the beauty of this organization, is that we're not trying to get people on board with something that they don't need or that they can find. Anyway, so everyone in the world needs it. We need to end the trend of obesity, and it's exciting and it's great. But you also are one person. You need to be specific to who you attract and who you like and who you want to work with. So first of all, you want to have a list. If you don't have a list already to work with, I highly encourage you to do this. And even if you're, closer to Diamond or a Diamond coach, I used to think, well, I don't need a list anymore, but I do, because it can be on paper, it can be in your computer, whatever. Have a list to work from and know who you're inviting and what those conversations are. And then, narrow down your niche at some point. Like, who is it that you attract? Who likes you? Who else is like you, and that sort of thing. So those are the type of people that we're inviting. At first, you might be inviting to anyone and everyone because it's your warm market, and that's totally fine. You care about those people. So it's okay. But eventually, you kind of start to get, as you're adding to your network and as you're learning more, you're going to start to, it's okay if someone says no and you can't. So you want. I hear a little echo. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Yes. Deanna, can you mute your line?
What? There's a good amount of guys, and there's like 4 of us in here. 5.
I think some people aren't muted. Maybe that's why I'm echoing. Okay, I'm going to keep going. So this is why it's crucial to expand your network. Like I have on there, you need to be adding friends to Facebook or whatever it is, whatever social media.
Rebecca is the one talking.
Anyone and everyone, make your list. Who do you like? Who is like you? Who do you reach out to? You don't have to be inviting people that are like me. You invite people that are like you and that you really want to connect with and build a team with. Next slide, Kirsty. Next one, what? So what exactly are we inviting them to? So this is important because we're inviting them to much more than just one thing. We're inviting people to challenge groups, of course, always. Paid challenge groups, every month there should be some sort of paid challenge group through your upline or through yourself, and also free challenge groups. That's something we should be doing. So constantly inviting people go back one, there you go. So it can be through events, that you're inviting, or it can be, I'll get into that, but you're inviting them to challenge groups all the time. You're inviting people to coaching. I know if you're a newer coacher, that's really that's terrifying a little bit, but you start now. You invite people to coaching now. And that can be live events, that's like a 1-hour live event on Thursday that your upline does, or a sneak peek group. Like I have an ongoing sneak peek that's like 4 days. And so anybody in my downline can always be adding people into that, and it's all done for them, ready to go. You can be inviting people from a recording. So if there was a great What is Coaching call or something you heard when you became a coach, forward that on. You can invite someone to listen to that. You're also inviting people to your other social media platforms. So if you're on Snapchat, or if you're on Instagram, or you're on a like page, or whatever, Periscope, just inviting people maybe on your timeline or something, hey, follow me over here or whatever. And then the biggest things are that you're constantly inviting people into your life. And that's a little bit more vague, but really, truly, we're inviting people into our background, into our behind the scenes, into the heart of who we are. And it's scary and it takes growth, but that's really ultimately like where you're going to succeed and help the most people, is by inviting them into your life. And also into our culture, the culture of Beachbody, the culture of our challenge groups, our coaches teams. It's a great culture and people want to be a part of it. So those are the things we're constantly inviting people to. So we can go to the next slide. Where, I think, yeah. So where is this inviting taking place? So just to open your eyes a little bit to know that it's not just one place. You have to be inviting in several ways, or in several places. So one of the things, the most obvious, is your timeline posts. Sorry, my son's getting a little crabby. Is your timeline posts, but that cannot be your only one. So personal messages are gold mines, in my opinion. And of course, it's not just like always cold messaging these people, or they're just complete strangers to you. So timeline posts, personal messages, you can invite people to coaching in your groups. I usually like to, in my paid challenge groups, I personally will do it like the third week or so, just, kind of put a little reminder out there, because like we said, if they need to see it 7 times, okay, maybe they did catch a timeline post. Maybe you did personal message them and it's in the back of their head a little. Maybe they did see it in your challenge group, so you've got to do it a lot of different ways. And it sits with people and they come. I've got coaches who come to me after following me for months and months, who I've said something to them about being a coach forever ago, and now they're joining. Comment threads, I said, let me explain, because this isn't something you want to be like, super like spammy with. So this would just be like, if someone commented on your picture of even just everyday life, like, you look great, what's your secret? You could say, oh, well, you could give them a short answer and say, let me message you, or something like that. So that's what I mean by comment threads. It's okay to kind of invite people into more, or, hey, yeah, I could shoot you more info, or want me to add you to this group, etc. And then like page ads. You might not be there yet, but that is one thing you can do, is where you can invite, is also like page ads. And those do cost money. Okay, and then when. So find out. You've got to really find out when to invite. It's kind of just trial and error, and common sense. Really, truly, none of this that I'm talking about with inviting is like rocket science. It's not super complicated, but it's good. Even as I was preparing for this, I was like reminded of things like, oh yeah, I'm not doing that. It's so simple, but I'm not doing it. So find out, if you think about when you get on Facebook or whatever social media platform, when you're the most likely to get on Instagram, that's when your most likely target market is. So if you're attracting yourself, if you're attracting someone like you. So you just have to be kind of conscientious of that. And then trial and error, I'll look at something and be like, man, that got 6 likes. And this other post got like 70 likes. And I thought they were pretty similar. So they weren't like completely different content. They were pretty similar. Well, if you post it at 5 a.m, that's probably not going to get as many views. So you have to be careful. I attract a lot of moms. So 5 p.m., 6 p.m. is a terrible time for me to post, because they're getting dinner ready, doing things like that. So you just have to be kind of careful about thinking about who you're trying to invite. And when they're going to be on. And then timing for your groups. So this can be just being smart about it. Okay, if I have a challenge group coming up on March 7th, I can invite up until then, that's fine. But to give them the best bang for their buck and the greatest experience, I'm really going to want to try to start inviting now, or, next week, so that they get it in time and things like that. So, just being mindful of those kinds of things. And then same with the 7-day clean eating. I try to, do it like a little bit in the middle and at the end. So I don't like lead with, my very first post is like, okay, this is great, but join my paid one, you know. So this is kind of common sense a little bit. And then the last one is don't overthink it and not do it. So I know some coaches who will analyze it so much that they're like, my best affinity time is 12 p.m. and I missed it, so I just am not going to post. And so I would encourage you to just do it. Just get it done. It's fine. And we can go to the next slide. How? All right, this is the kind of the meat of the subject, what you all want to know. So how do we invite people? We've got all these when, where, everything like that. First of all, you have to build a relationship most of the time. You have to add value. And I don't mean build a relationship for 6 months necessarily. Like, I'm not saying that. It can just be you're commenting on their things, you're liking their things, you're asking questions. You know, a lot of coaches, they'll even do they'll add a friend and build a relationship for 2 weeks with them. And then if they're a good fit for them, send them a coaching message. So that's kind of an idea to go by. But no matter what, you're adding value. So if you're sending a message to someone, and it is a coaching message, or a challenge group invite, you don't just invite them to the challenge group. You talked about life with them too. It can be in the same message, but you're adding some sort of value to them. You know, hey, I saw you wrote this blog, or hey, I saw you went on this vacation. It looked so cool, you know, whatever, or complimenting them and being genuine and being in adding value to their life. Another thing is how to do this is before you're inviting is think about why this challenge group would be good for them. Think about why coaching would be good for them. Why do you want to work with them? You know, is it just a number, or what qualities would make them good at this? And so just by kind of thinking about that ahead of time, it's going to make you be more genuine when you talk to them. And then just be yourself and, sorry, I just got a message. And then scripts. Oh, my thing went back. Sorry, guys. Okay, scripts and shells for ideas and confidence. I love scripts. So some people hate them because they feel like it's really salesy. For me, I don't necessarily copy and paste a script, but I read it and I'm like, and it just gives me that confidence. Like, these are top coaches that have used it, you know, they're pulling them from their inboxes, and it makes me feel better. And I'm like, okay, and I make it my own completely. Like, I would never say this word or whatever, or depending on who I'm messaging or what I'm talking about. So it just gives me some confidence and some ideas. And we can definitely post those in our team pages for you. And then, like I said, look at top coaches. Look at their timeline and their page ads and things, and how are they wording things when they're inviting into a call of action for a 7-day clean eating, or, you know, how are they doing it? And it'll just help you be more casual and less spammy. Next slide. Okay, so then you're doing the invites. We've got when, who, where. I encourage you to do it often, every day, and be inviting something or someone. Now, I'm not saying post on your timeline every single day and invite to a challenge group, but do some sort of inviting every day, like personal messaging, something, and it will become easier, and you'll enjoy it. So follow up and track people. You know, I will go through my messages even just today, and I'll find people who maybe they didn't answer, or maybe they were like, yeah, I'm not really sure. Well, then you don't just drop off and never talk to them again. So maybe you wait a while and then change the subject, you know, talk about something different. Like, you just saw their cat died and you ask them about it, because we really do care about these people. So it can't just be like, you said no, so I'm never going to talk to you again. So that's where follow-up and tracking people is really key. And I've had people that have said no to certain things come around later. And then enlist reinforcements. So this means you could have, let's say you're doing a timeline post and it didn't get as much traction as you'd hoped, or you're just curious. Have your peers, have your fellow coaches or your sponsor give you feedback on it. And also you can have, I've had Kaylee, she has messaged maybe someone that I was like, hey, she'd be a great coach. I've messaged her, or we've been chatting. She'll also message her. Like, if she was in a challenge group, Kaylee, my coach, will also message this person and say, I also think you'd be a great coach. I mean, it's true. It's not something we're doing manipulatively. It's true. But that can be helpful. And then my last slide, I know I'm going really fast, but okay, the bottom line to remember in inviting is that we don't invite apologetically. So we're not inviting in like, I'm so sorry, I have to do this, I have to invite. We're not inviting timidly. or as if we're bugging people or having nothing to offer. I'm just reading these slides. We invite confidently, boldly, and with love, because what we have to offer is great. It really, truly is. And the thing is, sometimes you're not going to feel that way. You're not. You're going to be in a down moment or something, and you're not going to feel, you know, we all have like that roller coaster of entrepreneurship, and you're not going to always feel that high. And that is where things come in, like your personal development that Kirsty's going to talk about, and also plugging into your downline or your upline, and being on calls like this, because they're going to motivate you and things like that. So I think that's all I have, but definitely gotta invite, gotta share, invite people into, the biggest thing is inviting them into your life, like Lisa talked about, and just seeing who we are. Uh-oh. Okay.
Oh, okay, sorry. For some reason, it told me I had 10 minutes left, and I'm like, no, I paid more already. So you got to see that. So anyway, sorry about that. Thank you. That was really awesome. Okay. Let's see if I can get to mine. Okay, are you guys seeing my slide now for personal development? Okay.
You guys
Very cool. Let me unmute everyone again. Oh, okay. I think you are. Okay. So I'm excited to talk about personal development. I actually just got back from a weekend in Idaho to see Scotty Hobbs and his team. They did a big personal development seminar this weekend. A lot of his top coaches were there. Sagi was there, and Barbie Kalev, and it was just really motivational and amazing. It reminds me the importance of going to these live events, because I love the energy of Beachbody, and just we had so many moments where we're kind of just reminded of why we are coaches and why we're here. And I think we also kind of got a bigger picture. You can kind of see into the future a little bit when you go to these live events and hear from the top coaches, and it's just very, very inspiring. So I wanted to start out by talking about your why and knowing your why. Why isn't it flipping to my next one? Let's see. Next. Okay, sure. All right, so know your why and make sure that it's bigger than your excuses. I think sometimes that statement gets really, really trite. Like we hear it over and over all the time. Know your why. Figure out your why that makes you cry. But really, truly, when you figure out why you are a coach and why you want to be successful, that is what can fuel you to keep going at the hard times. So you know what you do and what you need to do as a coach. It's the 3 vital behaviors like we've talked about. But do you know why you are doing it? And it's really important to know why you are doing this. And for me, it's so that we can have a healthier family. And just this week I posted about my husband's transformation story, and shared a little bit more openly about our journey and some of the things that we've been through, and that it is his story that fuels me to help other people, because I was able to see as he had this weight loss transformation and his body is changing on the outside, I was able to get this inside view of how he changed on the inside as well, that he became a better father and a better husband because he had more energy for us, which to me is priceless. We've been able to create more family memories, and we're just happier at home. And I think that for me is my why, because that is what fuels me to be a little bit more brave and bold in sharing this opportunity and this journey with other people, because I know how much it has affected our lives. So know your why and be willing to share that with others. And then the next thing is to know what success means for you. So what is your big dream? What are your goals? And how is this going to affect your family? How is this going to change your life? And then be really specific and write those things down. So how much money do you want to make this week or this month? It's not selfish to have dreams and goals about your income. It's important to understand where you want to go. And writing things down is really important, because then you have a really clear, concise view of what your goals are. And, you know, what does success mean to you? And Barbie Kalev said that success is joy. So success is feeling happy. It's liking yourself. It's liking what you do and liking how you do it. It's enjoying talking to other people. It's enjoying helping other people. And then, you know, just know what your goals are. And for us, one thing recently that we were able to do that has been a huge blessing in our life is that we've been able to pay off all of our debt. And so having financial freedom was a dream that I had. It was a goal that I set when we first became coaches 3 years ago. And so as you set your goals and accomplish them, that's another thing that adds fuel to the fire to help kind of encourage you to keep going even when things get bumpy. So I want to show you this cool picture of 2 islands. You have Island A and Island B, and Island A is where you are right now, and Island B is where you want to go. And this is such a great concept for us as coaches, and it's also great to kind of be able to paint this picture for your challengers and your potential customers, that they are stuck on Island A. They don't have a lot of energy. They are out of shape. Maybe they're overweight. They're making some bad choices. And we want to try to help them see what Island B looks like. Island B is a great place where you have more energy for your children. Island B is a place where you are making good choices and you're feeling better about yourself. At Island B, you fit into those pants that you want to wear. In Island B, you are a stronger, healthier person. Same thing with our coach goals. In Island B, you've paid off your debt. You're saving up for a home. You know, are earning free trips, all of these things. So how can you get from Island A to Island B? You've got to bridge that gap with these consistent efforts that are the 3 vital behaviors. And you've got to do things that are outside of your comfort zone. Like, I have to be honest with you guys. These team calls are a little out of my comfort zone. I start getting a stomachache at about 5 p.m. And I'm like, oh, you know, it's this nervous energy. And I don't know if it gets easier. But I think that when we are nervous and excited and, you know, about something and we're stepping out of our comfort zone, that's when we grow the most. And that's how we build confidence along the way. I'm way more confident now than I was my first call. Maybe it doesn't get easier, but you learn and you develop through the process. And I heard this quote just yesterday from my marketing coach. She said, direction is more important than speed. So many people are going nowhere fast. They don't know what Island B is. So they don't know how to get there. When you know what Island B is and you know what your goals are, you know what direction to go in, and you know what efforts you need to do consistently to get there. All right, so I have, I think, 4 points of what we should be as coaches to develop ourselves into better leaders. So number 1 is to be confident and be you. Confidence is not thinking and wondering, will they like me? It's telling yourself, I don't care if they do. When you are putting yourself out there and sharing your story and doing these things that might be a little bit scary, do it with confidence and do it without wondering what other people are going to think about you. Be true to yourself. So fear can either mean 2 things. It can mean forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. And I love the second. I love the idea of when we are scared or nervous or when we're out of our comfort zone, to just face it and rise and let it allow you to grow and develop. And when we are inviting people and talking to other people, fear responds to fear. I think people can tell when we're nervous. And excitement responds to excitement. So whether you are a brand new coach or a 5-year-old coach, if you are excited about what we're talking to people about, they're going to feel that excitement and they are going to be excited too. So when we're talking to people, make eye contact with them, smile, speak up those times when, you know, you're in a public place or you're next to somebody and you kind of, your impulse is just to look at your phone or walk away or not make eye contact or not even make a conversation. Speak up to them and introduce yourself. I have really tried doing this in my daily life when I get my kids from school. My ideal choice would be to, you know, kind of get on my phone and walk across the street and grab them and go home and not talk to anybody. but I'm trying to stretch myself and I'm trying to say hi. And I introduced myself to another mom today, and we shared our names and our kids' names and what grades they were in and what classes they were in. And, you know, that is a big part of being a coach and being a leader and being confident, is to speak up when you feel inspired to. And to not be afraid to share your journey in any situation. Just like, you know, we talked about before, when you know your why, it doesn't matter what other people think. And don't pay attention to the noise around you, but the noise within you, which is why personal development is so important, that we're reading positive things and that we're putting good words inside our brains, because then we're going to tell good words to ourselves, you know, and that's what's so important about personal development, is putting good things into your body so that you're able to give good things out. Number 2 is be intentional. Personal development will not accidentally happen to you. It's not something where you're just going to grow into a better person without even trying. You really have to be intentional and make the effort. And I realized that this weekend. I'm thinking, okay, personal development, it's one of the 3 vital behaviors. It's something I should be doing every day. It's something just as important as talking to other people and doing my workouts. Am I doing it? And I really had a wake-up call that I am not. And so I decided to buy a book on my way home from Amazon on my phone. I bought Push by Chalene Johnson. So my challenge to you is to buy a book today, or download a book on Kindle, or download a podcast app. Do something, make an action so that you have something to read starting tomorrow. And I've challenged myself to get up 20 minutes early, which is not fun for me. I'm not a morning person. I love staying up late, and I love sleeping in. So I know that this is something that's going to stretch me, but I also know that as I invest in myself and spend that time, I will grow, and I will be able to help my team grow. Listen while you get mundane tasks done. This is awesome. Like, turn on a podcast. Lisa told me, inspired me earlier today to do that, to have a podcast on my phone that you can listen to in the car when you're, you know, taking the kids to and fro or doing your errands. I love to listen to the National Wake Up Call while I do the dishes. So I'll put my phone on speakerphone. Usually I'll listen just to the recording later. And by the time they're done with the diamond announcements, I'm done with my dishes and I'm ready to sit down and take notes for whoever the guest speaker is. I've just accomplished 2 things, and I'm being productive and I'm being intentional about my personal development. And then the last thing is to cut the crap. Cut out that extra stuff in your life that is not taking you or your family closer to your goals. You don't have to do everything. All right, number 3 is be okay with your failures. And that doesn't mean to dwell on them, because I don't know about you, but I love to beat myself up. And I love to remind myself of the failures that I have. So instead of dwelling on them, and instead of allowing them to like put me in a corner where I want to just curl up in a ball, I've decided to let my failures add more fuel to my fire, and allow it to let me look at every situation a little bit differently. I remember when I first started out as a coach, I remember thinking, how can I be a coach? I don't love working out, and I don't really know a lot about nutrition. I love boxed mac and cheese. How can I be a good coach? And I flipped that to say, I don't know a lot about nutrition, so I need to study a lot about nutrition. And instead of dwelling on the fact that I have no experience in nutrition, I told myself that I needed to do more research, so I just worked a little bit harder in that category. And then develop a mindset of failing forward. Every time there's something negative that happens, or you look at your team and you feel like it's not moving as fast as you want it to, try to figure out why and learn from those experiences. And then as new opportunities come along, which they will, you can connect the dots and realize why those things happen and what you can do to change them. Sometimes things happen that you can't change, but sometimes they do. And a lot of times it's your mindset and how you react to those things that happen to you. I love a quote from Scotty Hobbs that says, "The devil will throw obstacles in front of people that are meant for greatness to test their fate." So when you have obstacles and when you have failures, look at it as an extra challenge, and look at it as something where people are watching you to see how you respond to those obstacles. And then, you know, be a victor and not a victim. Don't be a victim to these things. Don't say this happened to me. Rise above it and stand in your power and be better because of these experiences. Number 4, the last one, is to be a heart-led leader. And the first and most important thing, I think, is to be kind and help people when they need help. So as you're messaging people and talking to them and figuring out what their biggest struggle is, help solve that problem. If it's someone who just doesn't know how to cook healthy for their family, provide them with 7 days of healthy meals or 30 days of healthy meals, or tell them that, or if it's someone who says that they don't have a lot of energy for their kids, send them a pack of Shakeology. Maybe they don't have to pay for it. Maybe you're just being kind and sharing something that you love with them. The definition of being a coach is to encourage or train someone to accomplish a goal or a task, which is why it's so important for us to know our goals, because we have to help ourselves first. And once we can help ourselves, then we can help others. That doesn't mean that we have to have all the right answers and we have to have the perfect body or be exactly where we want to be. But we just need to be able to be in a place where we can encourage other people to reach their goals. So I have a few questions to ask yourself. Who are you? What do you do? What do you enjoy? Who do you help? What do they need? How does their life change with what you offer? So here's my example. I am a mom of 3 crazy, energetic kids. I am a wife of a husband who loves having me around and my time. What do you need? Okay, I need people around me that are supportive and encouraging. I need people around me that I know have the same goals as me. What do I enjoy? I enjoy spending time with my family. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy getting to know new people, and I enjoy seeing results of my actions. All right, who do I help? I love helping other moms. I love helping women who may not know where they fall in the world or what their purpose is. I love helping people figure out that they are important and that they are special. What do they need? My potential customers and challengers need to know that they are supported. They need to know that they will have all the tools and resources that they need to be successful. How does their life change with what I have to offer? They will be happier. They will be healthier. They will be a better mom. They will be a better friend. They will have energy to do all the things they need to do and want to do. They will enjoy life better because of me. Think about how different that is than saying, I am a coach that sells challenge packs and runs challenge groups and trains my coaches. How different is that when you ask yourself those questions? And then understand that our job is to help other people feel successful and that their success is our success. All right, and my very last point is to believe in yourself. You've got this. Girls, you are here for a reason. You are important. Your passion can be put into so many great things, and you are valuable. So I love to end these things with a little challenge, because I feel like when we learn things, that is great. But when we put things that we learn into action, that's even better. So tonight I want you to write yourself a letter, or tomorrow, I know it's late Central and East Coast time. Write yourself a letter and date it for December 31st, 2016. This is the last day of the year. And you're going to read this letter that says all the things that you accomplished this year. You're writing it tomorrow, but you're going to read it at the end of the year. I am a 2-star diamond coach. I was recognized at Summit for such and such. I took this many coaches to Summit. I earned the Success Club trip this year. I earned Success Club 5 or 10 every month. Fill in the blanks and write yourself a note. I was able to pay off this debt. I helped my family have these experiences. And then I also wanted to share a little goal setting sheet that I have that I've shared with my team, and I would love to share with your teams as well. And it's just a goal setting sheet with different categories in your life. And then there's a little box that says, when I feel like giving up, I will tell myself. And then a box where you can write that in. And it's really important to know what you want to hear when you have those hard days, because we all have those hard days. And personal development is all about pushing through those hard days and being able to overcome it and be on the other side of it. So write yourself a little message. What do you need to hear when you're having trouble, when you're feeling a little bit stalled, when you feel like giving up? What are the things that you need to hear that are going to push you a little bit harder? And just wanted to close out by saying, you know, these 3 vital behaviors are so, so important. They will move your business forward. They will help you become a better person. And we have maybe 5 minutes if we have any questions. I don't know if anyone has any questions. We're planning on doing this. But if you have any questions, I will unmute everyone, or actually maybe just unmute yourself if you want to talk, and then we can answer questions.
Could you, that last, the goals for a super life, that I'm not sure where you got the shell, but do you think that you could post it somewhere or share it with Becca so she could post it to our group?
Absolutely, yes. I will send it to Becca and Lisa, and my designer, my gosh, I can't think of the word, my creative designer created it for us because I really wanted a place where we could all kind of write down our goals. So yes, I will give it to the girls and they can share with their teams.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, any other questions for anyone? Becca, Lisa, do you guys have anything else you wanted to add?
I do want to take a group photo before we end too.
Oh, great idea. Okay, so let me take off screen share and then we'll get back to our little collage.
Can I just add something really quick too?
Yes, please.
I just saw right before this call that my coach posted. My coach is, she's an elite coach, 3-time elite coach, but she posted that there's been over 1 million coaches to sign up with Beachbody. And currently we only have 400, not only, but we have 400,000. So basically her point was just that most coaches, they just give up. I mean, obviously there's ones who don't ever try, but if you're doing the things you should be doing, if you're doing these 3 vital behaviors every single day, and if you're not seeing results, then you need to just stay consistent and give it time, because it's the ones who give up too soon. You know, if you give up too soon, if you just keep going, that's when you're going to see the success. I just wanted to add that because I feel like so many coaches, they put in the efforts, but then they're not seeing results quick enough for them, and then they give up. When really, if they would have just stuck to it, you know what I mean, they would have seen success. So I just want to add that real quick.
Totally. That's a great point. Thanks.
But I want to...
Any other comments? It doesn't have to be questions.
Kirsty, your stuff was awesome. We had a side conversation about the box mac and cheese, and you called the guys girls, but it was so good.
Wait, what? Oh my! I'm so sorry, you guys.
Yeah, thanks for that. That was fantastic.
Regardless,
I'm so sorry.
I want your PowerPoint. It was so good. Like I was screenshotting like every other slide, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna steal
and the
that.
Scotty Hobbs quote, I love that.
Yeah.
And I feel like so many people need to hear that because everyone faces those negative comments, and it's, you know, it's heartbreaking when you receive your first one. So I thought that was really cool. A friend shared something like that. It was some sort of, you know, some sort of a call or something that he listened in on, and he shared it. And I just feel like everyone needs, you know, to have that quote plastered somewhere, you know, when they go through negativity.
Absolutely.
Take this picture.
Yeah, do you guys know how to put up the collage? I'm not sure who started the call, but there's an option where you can do everyone through a collage. I don't know if you wanted to put it that way, but
Yeah, so I have everyone pulled up as a collage, but is there a way for me to change it so everyone else sees that too? Or do
As
you
long
have
as
to?
you
I
can see it,
did
if you want to take the
my
picture,
upper
I think
right.
that's okay. Then you can just share it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh,
Yeah.
here we go. Yeah, you can do it in the top right-hand corner.
Okay, Lisa, you want to take a picture of us? We'll all smile.
I don't have everyone showing right now.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
I don't know how to do it. I thought I did, but I don't know. It's not working. I can only see like 5 of us.
It's okay. Ready? Everyone smile. 1, 2, 3, cheese. Okay, let me make sure I got it because
Okay. Double
I
check.
don't want to leave everyone.
Thank you, Kaylee.
Yep, I've got it.
Yay.
We're golden. Nice smiles.
Awesome.
You, and then you can send it to everyone else if it's
Yeah,
okay.
you can even post it and then we can all tag ourselves in it.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Okay. Great. You guys, thank you so much for getting on.
Have a great night.
Guys,
Thanks for
have a
hosting.
good night.
All right, you're welcome.
Bye,
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.